This was the week where Matt Schlapp, the top Republican, who is the head of CPAC, I believe, and head of we'll get into what he is, the American Conservative something, 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 something. I don't actually care. But he's a conservative leader, and he's a former ally or current ally of Donald Trump. He's been accused
He is
of...
an ally.
He's an ally. He was literally at
He's an ally.
Mar-a-Lago. He's a
You
fucking
really
ally.
have to specify, like you did, what you're an ally of, because just ally doesn't cut it anymore.
He is an ally of Donald Trump. He has been accused by a staffer of the Senate campaign of Herschel Walker, right? The failed Georgia Senate campaign, of groping him and unwantedly in October. And the staffer, actually, we have audio of him recording himself right after the incident happened. But here is what he told NBC. He said he reached between my legs and fondled me, the former Walker staffer told NBC News in a telephone interview Thursday night. To my shame, I didn't say anything to stop Schlapp. NBC News is withholding the staffer's name at his request because he fears the allegations against a powerful Republican could harm his own career in GOP politics. In other words, the guy still wants to somehow work in the GOP politics, but still. So what happened was he had gone out to have some drinks with Matt Schlapp. Schlapp basically eventually tries to make a move on him. This guy's driving Schlapp around. He's effectively his chauffeur, and he while he is driving him, this is, I believe, back from the second bar, from Manuel's Tavern to the Hilton Garden Inn there at the Atlanta airport. He literally had his hands on me, he said in a video recorded early in the morning of October 20th, just a couple of hours after the alleged incident. Matt Schlapp of CPAC grabbed my junk and pummeled it at length. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that and CPAC in the same sentence. The staffer did not post the video publicly, but shared it with NBC News. Let's see if we can play a little bit of this. Here is him. He's like, he's shaken. He's upset. You can kind of hear him like maybe crying a little bit. So anyway, just a trigger warning. It's upsetting and it's enraging.
And then the next thing I know, in the course of that ride, he is reaching over and grabbing my junk in a protracted manner along the entire ride. And to my shame, I did not say no or stop, but God knows it was not a wanted advance. Here is just my account for the nights of October 18th into 19th into the 20th, just happening. And here I'm supposed to pick this mother up in the morning and just sit there and pretend like nothing happened.
So he says he's supposed to pick him up in the morning, this motherfucker up in the morning. And what had actually happened is he called a supervisor, and he was immediately taken off of that detail and that job. So that's good. There's at least some hope for some people in the campaign. But why does this matter? Who is Schlapp? And what power does he wield? And why hasn't he stepped down? So he's the chairman of the American Conservative Union, that's it, and is married to former Trump White House aide Mercedes Schlapp. His organization hosts the Conservative Political Action Conference, a crucial proving ground for Republican presidential hopefuls. Now, the American Conservative Union did respond to these allegations. You can imagine what they said. They said, "We stand squarely behind Matt Schlapp. The ACU board of directors has full confidence in his leadership of the organization. We both have known Matt and his wife Mercedes for decades. We know Matt Schlapp's heart and his character, and we believe this latest attempt at character assassination is false. Unfortunately, the left, capital L, and its note takers in the media routinely choose to scorch the earth in their quest to cancel those with whom they disagree, whether it involves conservative judicial nominees or good people like Matt Schlapp. They will sink to any depth to destroy them and their families." Except it wasn't anyone from the left. It was someone on your fucking campaign who wanted to be there. Imagine Josh wanting to work on the Herschel Walker campaign. Imagine how hard that is anyway. And then you got creepo Matt Schlapp after you.
Yeah, it's really gross. I don't have much to say about it. It's obviously Matt Schlapp there's just this additional dimension to what a creep we already knew he was, and it's unfortunate that people were hurt, and that's what uncovered it. It's like a real it just because someone else is working on the abhorrent Herschel Walker campaign, I'm not rooting for them to be sexually assaulted.
Of
But
course not.
it is like, man, it's just so gross. It's like, I don't know. It's like Matt Schlapp's job is already to like piss all over everything, and now you're like, oh, and he shits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just like another way that he's loathsome and reprehensible.
Absolutely. And I just like at least someone on the staff, and Max Berger, our guest, is in the waiting room saying, shit is fucked up when the Walker campaign are the good guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point. Stay backstage, Max. All right. You just stay there. No, but it's true. It is like, at least he was listened to, this one staffer. It's sad he feels like he has to conceal his name, obviously, because he wants to still work in politics. I just want to remind everyone that this is the party that continually talks about family values. I mean, they really have dropped that, but now they're talking about groomers. They're going after the LGBTQ plus community time and again. They're allowing people to target drag shows. They're talking about, they're banning books for having any kind of reference or being written by gay people. It is so insane. And yet it is the biggest look in the mirror projection, because it's this kind of shit with Matt Schlapp. And like, look, I don't care that it was a male staffer, but for a homophobic ass party, let's be real. This is not just sexual assault. It is also a same sex sexual assault, right? Doesn't matter to me because I don't give a shit, but it should. Like, you guys are the ones who are super homophobic. Does that matter at all? Right? The other thing I just want to point out, this is not the first time. Late last year in April, and this is a story that flew under the radar, but a 29-year-old who works with the RNC named Ruben Verastegi, he was sentenced to 12 years for child pornography. This guy was working right alongside with Ronna McDaniels and whomever. 12 years for child pornography. And like, suddenly we're grilling why am I blanking on our new justice's name? God damn it. Ketanji Brown Jackson. We're grilling Justice Jackson for letting like child pornographers off easy or something, right? Your own goddamn party has been doing this. So anyway, let's leave it at that. Any final words, Josh?
It seems bad. I think this person should get out of politics, both because it seems safer to not associate with the people in the Republican Party, and I think we'd all be better off with fewer people working for Herschel Walker.
Indeed. I mean, sometimes you'd think you need more support, but probably maybe just let the man retire. Just let him retire. No more politics for you, Hershey. What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/Bitchuation Room. Do it.